do some Japanese workers prefer to live in internet cafes rather than renting an apartment? This phenomenon might sound strange to many of us, but in Japan, it's a reality for a growing number of people. Let's dive into the reasons behind this unique lifestyle choice. Understanding internet cafes in Japan. Let's start by understanding what internet cafes are in Japan. In many countries, internet cafes are places where you pay to use computers with internet access. You might go there to check your email, play games, or browse the web. However, in Japan, the internet cafes, also known as manga kisa or manga cafes, offer much more than just computers and internet. These cafes provide private cubicles with a computer, free internet access, and a comfortable chair or sometimes even a small bed. Many of these cafes are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They also offer additional amenities like showers, free drinks, and snacks. Some internet cafes even have laundry facilities and small libraries filled with manga, which are Japanese comic books. This means that you can read, relax, eat, sleep, and take care of basic needs all in one place. These cafes are designed to be comfortable and convenient, making them a popular spot for those people who need a temporary place to stay. For a growing number of people in Japan, especially in big cities like Tokyo, living in an internet cafe has become an alternative to renting an apartment. They offer a flexible and affordable living option, which is why some Japanese workers prefer them over traditional housing. Understanding these cafes and what they offer is key to knowing why they have become a popular living choice for some. High cost of living in Japan. One of the main reasons people in Japan choose to live in internet cafes is because of the high cost of living, especially in big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. Renting an apartment in these cities can be very expensive. For example, the average rent for a small apartment in Tokyo can be more than 100,000 yen per month, which is around $900. For many workers, especially those with low-paying jobs, this is a large part of their income. Besides the monthly rent, there is also high initial costs when renting an apartment in Japan. You usually need to pay a deposit, key money, a non-refundable fee to the landlord, and the first month's rent all at once. These upfront costs can add up to several months' worth of rent, making it hard for many people to afford. On top of rent and initial costs, there's utility bills such as water, electricity, and gas. These bills can further strain a person's budget, making it even more difficult to manage financially. In comparison, living in an internet cafe is much cheaper. The cost of staying overnight in an internet cafe can range from 1,500 to 3,000 yen, which is about 13 to 27 US dollars. This makes it a more affordable option for people who are struggling financially. Another advantage is that internet cafes do not require a long-term commitment. Unlike renting an apartment where you might need to sign a lease for a year or more, staying in an internet cafe allows you to stay for as long or as short of a time as you need. This flexibility is especially appealing to people who might be between jobs or who do not want to commit to a long-term lease. Flexible and affordable alternative. Internet cafes in Japan offer a flexible and affordable alternative to traditional apartments, making them an attractive option for many people. One of the biggest reasons is the lower cost. Staying in an internet cafe is much cheaper than renting an apartment. For example, the cost of an overnight stay can range from 1,500 to 3,000 yen, which is about 13 to 27 US dollars. This might make it an affordable choice for people who are on a tight budget or who are trying to save money. Another advantage of internet cafes is they do not require long-term commitments. When you rent an apartment, you often need to sign a lease for a year or more. This can be a problem for people who might not want to stay in one place for a long time or who have uncertain job situations. In contrast, staying in an internet cafe is very flexible. You can stay for just one night, a few days, or even several months if you need to. This flexibility is particularly appealing to people who have temporary jobs, are in between jobs, or who simply do not want to be tied down by a long lease. Moreover, internet cafes provide many amenities that might make living there convenient. They often have showers, which means you can take care of your hygiene needs without having to leave the cafe. Many internet cafes also offer free drinks and snacks, which can help you save money on food or beverages. Some even have laundry facilities, so you can do your laundry without having a laundromat. These factors make internet cafes a practical and cost-effective living option for many people in Japan, especially those who need a temporary place to stay or who are looking for a more affordable alternative to renting an apartment. Convenience and amenities. Internet cafes in Japan are not just about affordability. They also offer a lot of conveniences and amenities that make them an attractive living option. One of the biggest conveniences is that many of these cafes are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This means that you can come and go whenever you want, which is perfect for people with irregular work hours or those who work night shifts. In addition to being open all the time, internet cafes provide a range of amenities that make life easier. Many of them have showers, so you can stay clean and fresh without having to leave the building. They also often offer free drinks and snacks, which can save you money on food. Some cafes even have small kitchens where you can prepare simple meals. Another important amenity is the availability of laundry facilities. This means you can do your laundry right there in the cafe, which is very convenient and saves you from having to find a laundromat. Internet cafes also provide a comfortable place to sleep. They also have private cubicles with reclining chairs or small beds, offering a decent place to rest. Plus, cafes often have libraries full of manga, Japanese comic books, and other entertainment options, so you have plenty to do during your free time. These convenience and amenities make an internet cafes a practical choice for living, especially for those who need a temporary place to stay, who want to save money while still having access to essential services and comforts. Addressing the stigma. While living in an internet cafe has its advantages, it also comes with challenges and social stigma. Some people might think that living in an internet cafe means you are struggling financially or are unstable. This can make it hard for some to admit they live in such a place. However, for many, it is a practical solution to their housing needs, given the high cost of living in cities like Tokyo and Osaka. Privacy and comfort are also concerning. The cubicles can be small, and you might have to deal with noise from other patrons. Unlike an apartment, you don't have a personal space where you can feel completely at home. Despite these drawbacks, the lower cost and flexibility make it worth it for many people. Another challenge is the lack of a permanent address. This can make it difficult to receive mail or packages and can be problematic for certain legal or administrative tasks that require a fixed address. However, for those who need a temporary living solution or are in between homes, internet cafes provide a viable option. Overall, despite some negative perceptions and practical challenges, many find that the benefits, such as affordability and convenience, outweigh the drawbacks, making it a practical choice for those facing economic challenges or needing flexibility. A growing trend. Living in internet cafes is becoming a growing trend in Japan, reflecting broader social and economic issues. The high cost of living, economic inequality, and the rise of temporary jobs all contribute to this trend. One major factor is economic conditions. Many people struggle to afford high rents and initial costs associated with renting an apartment. This makes internet cafes an attractive alternative for those who need a place to stay without spending a lot of money. Changing work patterns also play a role. More people are working freelance or temporary jobs, which means they might not have a stable income or need to move frequently. Internet cafes also offer the flexibility to stay for short periods without long-term commitment, which suits their lifestyle better than a traditional apartment lease. Furthermore, some people find internet cafes a temporary solution while they save money or look for better paying jobs. It's a practical choice for those in transition or facing financial difficulties. The choice to live in an internet cafe rather than rent an apartment in Japan is driven by a combination of high living costs, the need for flexibility, and the convenience of amenities provided by these cafes. While it may not be ideal long-term solution for everyone, it serves as a practical, affordable option for many Japanese workers facing economic challenges.